If you burn wood to keep your family warm through a hard winter, the most dangerous thing on your whole property is not the blizzard clawing at the door. It is the log in your arms. March of 18. Banked the fire low to last the night, and the wood they banked it with, in the room they had sealed, is what took them by the second morning. The cold was never their enemy, neighbor, their own hearth was. By the time we are done here, you will walk out to any woodpile in this country and know in about 10 seconds whether the piece in your hand will warm your family or poison them in their sleep. That is a sovereign skill. Nobody bills you for it. Nobody can take it back. Before we go on, there is something coming for this country, and the news will not say a word about it till it is already on your doorstep. It comes down to one number. My people settled it before there was a state to settle it in, and I have never lived off this mountain a day. Damn near every The knowing did not die in a courthouse. It died in a warehouse full of new appliances. Tap subscribe before we get into it. Not for me, because we pull one buried skill back into the daylight around here every week, and you are going to want the next one. There are 5 ways to read a log. 5. Most folks wood smells like wood and nothing else, and a bad piece smells sour, like a wet cellar. Anyone fails, that piece does not come in the house. Wait, look, smell, every piece, every time. The failure mode is the split that looks dry outside and holds mold in the core. Black fuzz on the split face, that piece burns outside or not at all. Even a clean piece will poison your air if it is holding water, and that is the one 9 out of 10 people get wrong. Your grandfather could feel it. He would knock two splits together. The piece a factory built that your grandfather never had to name. Species. The frontier learned this one wrong at the cost of their lives. If it is a tree, and it is dead, and it is dry, then it burns clean. That is the myth. Because some trees carry poison in the wood itself, and the fire does not burn it out. It lofts it into the air you are breathing. Never burn poison ivy, oak, or sumac. The oil that blisters your skin rides the smoke into your lungs and your eyes, and the CDC has said exactly. Hauled in an oak with a wrist-thick vine still gripping it, and had 2 pieces of it in the stove before he saw. He put the fire out with a bucket of dirt and stood me in the cold yard an hour. He did not yell. He just said, "Look at the log, boy, not the wood. Walk every log, strip the hairy vines with a hatchet, and if you cannot get the vine clean off the bark, that log burns outside, or not at all. Now the poison you cannot see, and this one your grandfather never had to worry about, which is exactly why it is dangerous. Nobody taught you to spot it. Anything the modern world glued, pressure-treated, painted or stained looks like wood and is not. Pressure-treated lumber, the greenish stuff off a deck, is soaked with copper and, in the old stock, arsenic. Plywood and particle board are held with glue that turns to formaldehyde in the smoke. Painted wood carries lead. Railroad ties are black with creosote. None of it belongs in a household fire, and every extension office that has written on it says so plainly. The tells are it the way your grandfather read the sky before a storm. Watch your own chimney. 10 minutes in, a clean fire shows almost nothing off the top. A thin shimmer. Gray smoke means it is running cool. Black smoke means it is choking, and a choking fire is pouring carbon monoxide somewhere, and if it is not going up the flue, it is coming to you. But the smoke is only the backstop. Here is the buried heart of it. The piece the detector men need you to forget the most. The first detector in the house is you. Before any beeper goes off, your body knows. A dull ache behind your eyes 20 minutes after you sit down is not the heat, it is the air. A swimming feeling when you stand is not tiredness, it is your blood not getting what it needs. Headache at the hearth is the first bell. Ephraim wrote that line in the journal in the winter of 1961, after he lost a neighbor to a banked stove, and underlined it twice. If you do not answer the first bell, the second rings for somebody else. When you feel it, you do not crack a window. You put the fire out, open the door, and everyone goes out into the cold and stays there. The cold will not kill you in 5 minutes. The air will. Put a detector on the wall, please. But keep the one somebody just never got the chance to hand it down to you. That is what I am here for. Tell me down below, did your grandparents keep a wood pile? Did they teach you to read a log before you burned it? Or did that piece not make it to you either? The skill that draws the most stories in the comments is the one I go deep on next. And next time down from the ridge, the $2 pantry item your great-grandmother poured into the cracks of her walls to seal the cabin for winter, the one the paint industry made sure you would forget, and a university quietly confirmed, still beats the modern stuff on old wood. $2. Still on the shelf. Still working. Keep the old ways. They kept.